Hello and welcome back to Shakesyear. We're still working on King John, and today we have the monologue that completes Act 1, Scene 2 as it is known in the folio, Act 2, Scene 1 as it is known in many other versions of the play, and this speech is by Philip the Bastard. So things that have happened: there was very nearly a war in Angiers, there was a little bit of a skirmish outside of Angiers, nobody could decide who was king, and then to stave off the absolute ransacking of Angiers, citizen Hubert suggests that Lady Blanche, who is King John's niece, marry Louis the Dauphin, who is the King of France's son, so that England and France are joined in one, and then they don't have to fight a war. Everybody's got a stake in the royal family, and everything will be well. And surprisingly enough, everybody agrees to this. Queen Eleanor agrees to this because she thinks it'll shut up Arthur's claim. And then as they're agreeing to all of this, they're like, well, wait a second, Constance isn't going to like this very much. So they decide that they'll make Arthur the Duke of Britain and give him an earldom or earlship, something like that, and that should satisfy everything. And everybody just then leaves the stage like this is all hunky-dory and this is how stuff gets settled on the suggestion of a rando citizen named Hubert. Shouldn't rip on Hubert. He might have just averted a war. But anyway, Philip the Bastard, who is not one to mince words, gets a moment on the stage by himself at the very end of the scene, and he says, "Mad world, mad kings, mad composition." John, to stop Arthur's title in the whole, hath willingly departed with a part, and France, whose armor conscience buckled on, whom zeal and charity brought to the field as God's own soldier, rounded in the ear with that same purpose changer, that sly devil, that broker that still breaks the pate of faith, that daily break-vow, he that wins of all, of kings, of beggars, old men, young men, maids, who, having no external thing to lose but the word maid, cheats the poor maid of that smooth-faced gentleman, tickling commodity, the bias of the world who of itself is pised well, made to run even upon even ground, till this advantage, this vile drawing bias, this sway of motion, this commodity, makes it take head from all indifferency, from all direction, purpose, course, intent. And this same bias, this commodity, this bawd, this broker, this all-changing word, clapped on the outward eye of fickle France, hath drawn him from his own determined aid, from a resolved and honorable war, to a most base and vile concluded peace. And why rail I on this commodity? But because he hath not wooed me yet. Not that I have the power to clutch my hand when his fair angels would salute my palm, but for my hand, as unattempted yet, like a poor beggar raileth on the rich. Well, as I am a beggar, I will rail, and say there is no sin but to be rich, and being rich my virtue then shall be, to say there is no vice but beggary. Since kings break faith upon commodity, gain be my lord, for I will worship thee. So he hates this situation. He hates this whole situation. He thinks that this is stupid and that the kings are being weak and dumb by throwing away everything that meant anything to them and going along with this plot to avoid war, because war is so great and glorious, and go for this like half-hearted little piece where a couple of people just happen to get married. And the thing is, he hates it because he would have a better chance in the war than he has now in this marriage thing, because he doesn't have status, he doesn't have money. I mean, yes, he was knighted, but like nobody knows who he is yet, really. So he's still a poor man, Sir Richard Plantagenet, with no real power or no real clout. So he hates the way that people who have power and clout are able to fix things, because he doesn't think that it's fair and even to everyone. So, which is what the little bit at the end is about. He's like, you know, I'm still poor, so I'm going to say that rich people suck. But of course, as soon as I'm rich, I'm going to say that poor people suck, because that's how things go. And since I can't trust any kings at all, then I better get some power right quick so that I can be making the decisions, because I know better than anybody else what should be going on. So yeah, Philip's a little full of himself. And yeah, that ends Act 1, Scene 2 / Act 2, Scene 1, depending on which version you are reading. And I will see you tomorrow for more as we dig further into the play. I think tomorrow we get to start to hear what Constance has to say about all of this. Yeah, we get to see her, because she's gonna have some thoughts. This marriage is gonna mean that her son Arthur, who actually has the legit claim to the throne, no longer can make a claim to the throne. So she's got some thoughts. We're gonna get to hear quite a bit from her in the next couple days. And I will see you tomorrow as we dig into that. Mwah.